Hi everyone, this is Yvonne, the Mermaid Oracle. Thank you so much for coming in, and for those who would be coming in just a little bit, we are going to be doing $5 readings today. Hi Christina, how are you? Getting over a cold but alive. LOL, how are you? Ready for the next heat next week? California is getting hit with the temperatures. I guess in a way I am ready for the heat that's coming. Simply because I don't know, like I get the feeling that it's gonna be quite short. I feel like it's gonna be short and sweet, and I'm kind of yeah, in a way I'm kind of looking forward to it. But then again, I have tattoos, so I tend to avoid the sun anyway because I'm more of a higher risk for cancer. But um, as far as a cold, I'm so sorry you had a cold. I actually recently had a strep throat. I don't know if you know what that is. It's kind of like a cold, but it's like a cold with a combination of like a fever and like kind of feels like a throat infection at the same time. Um, so I know how you feel. Flu season was horrible. Um, but yeah, as far as the heat, yeah, I can say in a way I am. It's not like I'm gonna be on the sun anyway. I'm gonna be avoiding the sun. But yeah, in a way I kind of am. I think like the coldness, well, I never really get over the cold. I really like it when it's cold or fresh. And I like that summer kind of was a bit delayed and postponed. So I enjoyed that. How about you? What are you going to do with this heat here in California? I'm sure you're going to go to the beach just like the rest of us, right? I'll probably go to the beach, but probably at night. I usually tend to avoid the sun anyway. So. And how about for the rest of you? What are you guys going to do for the summer? What do you guys want to do? Actually, I am thinking about leaving the country. I want to go to maybe Cancun, maybe Miami. I haven't thought about it yet, or I haven't thought about it too hard yet, but I know month of August, I want to be gone. That's for sure something I want to do. Happy you're feeling better, and I like the positive about the heat better than getting yucky. I am staying in. I'm actually German and sunburnt easily, lol. I was going to go to Santa Cruz. I've never been to Santa Cruz. I haven't really hung out in Northern California much, and I heard that during the summer it's amazing up there because it's not as hot. So maybe that's something I might explore. I might do something like that, possibly. But as far as you, I hope you feel better soon as well. And yeah, I am one of those people too that I get sunburned so easily. I'm not German though, but I do get sunburned easily. And then again, like I mentioned, I have the tattoos. I have a lot of tattoos, and I have a huge color tattoo on my arm, so those are more prone to getting faded from the sun a lot quicker and a lot easier than regular black and gray tattoos, traditional tattoos. So I paid a lot of money for those. So I try to stay away from the sun anyway. And plus, I'm just not a fan of farmer tans, and I like to stay in one even color um, throughout my whole body. I prefer that rather than being dark here and then light here, and I don't know, it bugs me. I guess it's my little mini OCD thing. But Santa Cruz, that sounds like fun. That sounds like total fun. I think I've only been to Sacramento. Um, I've only been to just a few parts in Northern California, just not Santa Cruz. So that sounds like fun. And I'm sure the weather is going to be amazing. So Santa Cruz is fun. It's laid back, shops, food, and everything is game. To play volleyball on the beach. I get that about tattoos. I only have a few, but don't want those to get ruined. Exactly. I have a few. I only have two. They're pretty big, and I would rather just show them off at night, um, and focus on that. Just showing them off at night rather than going out. So that's usually what I do in the summer. I'll show them off I'll go out at night. I'll show them off, but I won't go and be on the blazing sun. I mean, if you really think about it, when you go to the beach, do you ever really see a person who's heavily tattooed, just fully exposed into the sun? Not really, unless it's someone who really has some horrible tattoos. And that goes to show that this person probably doesn't know about sun exposure and possibly is unaware about how that can ruin this person's tattoos, or probably just enjoys the sun a little too much and doesn't worry about messing up their tattoos. Hey, whoever, for to each your own, I guess. Um, but we have Deanna here. I'm guessing she's an Aries. Hi, Miss Aries. If you do have a question, anyone here, if there's anybody here who has a question, feel free to ask. If not, I am okay with just chatting with you guys here on Friday nights. To me, this is fun. This is okay for me as well. But as far as like the shops, food, playing volleyball, I love volleyball. That is something that I do kind of feel bad about. I do love playing volleyball, and beach volleyball would be fun. And I can't imagine playing volleyball at night. So maybe one day I'll play, but just for like 30 minutes or something, and then I'll go and hide again to not ruin my tattoos. And funny enough, a lot of people don't believe me when it comes to sun exposure and how that ruins tattoos. Especially for people who have like the ones like on their knuckles or just above their knuckles, like right here on this area. Because when you're driving, this part of your body is like exposed to the sun a lot. So a lot of people don't believe me, but then when you see this part in people who have tattoos, and you'll see that because of the sun exposure, you see the ink doesn't heal correctly. Then again, we wash our hands more, we use our hands more, so that is definitely a thing. I am not sure, but they have fireworks at night and volleyball around July. Well, yes, for the 4th of July thing. Maybe I'll do something like that for 4th of July. Probably hang out at night during that time. And probably play volleyball, but I've never seen people play volleyball at night. Usually during the day when the sun is out. We'll see. And Deanna, I would love to answer your question. Our questions today are $5. All you have to do is just follow the instructions down below. Just read the instructions down below in the description. And I would be more than happy to ask my cards for your question. I am using 2 tarot decks. I didn't even mention. I'm using 2 tarot decks today. I was called in to use the Witch's Tarot. I know it's a really old tarot deck that I have here, but I was called to use this one and also the Tarot 3D by Lil Scarabeo and David Corsi, which is this tarot deck right here. They look like they've been used, but they look great as far as in the front. So images are vivacious, they're out there, they're amazing. So those are the 2 tarot decks that I'll be using today. Oh, Deanna, you did ask a question. I mean, you did send a payment. Okay. So, Deanna, does your Libra friend ever think about me? So, Deanna, I know you're an Aries. Your Libra friend, can you give me their name? Sorry, Deanna. I had my phone on silent. Did not see the notification that you sent a payment. Deanna, can you let me know your Libra friend's name, please? I need to know your friend's name, the Libra. Can you let me know his name or her name? Hi, Deanna. I think this is your first time here. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe. Welcome. Been here for a few years in the YouTube community. Just started streaming a few years ago. I used to post videos. Now I do the whole streaming. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Just totally forgot to introduce myself, but yes, Deanna, I know you are an Aries. I saw your payment. I saw your question. I just wanted to know your friend's name, the Libra. I don't know if it's a he or she. I just wanted to know his first name or her first name. And then from there, we can go ahead and see what's going on. But yes, hi. Nice to meet you too. Hi, Nor. Welcome. I don't think I've seen you here before, but welcome. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button. I am here almost every Friday, so I'm going to try to make this an every Friday thing, as a matter of fact. So yeah, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. And if you're interested in a $5 reading, the instructions are down below. I'm right now helping Deanna, just waiting for her to respond to my message. Christina Gomez, curious, what are your signs? I'm guessing maybe some Scorpio. Yes, I am a Scorpio sun. As far as my moon and rising, I don't know, simply because I don't know my time of birth just yet. Which is something I'm working on. I have the shorter birth certificate that doesn't include the time of birth, so I need to go and order the longer version. So I'm in the middle of that, or not really in the middle of that, but that's one of my things that I want to get done this year, so I can finally figure out what my moon and rising sign is, because that's something I'm very curious about myself. But I'm definitely a Scorpio sun. So yes, born November 1st, right after Halloween. So and you sent 5 through Venmo. And Christina, you can go ahead and send your question, and don't forget to include your zodiac sign. I can't remember from the top of my head what your zodiac sign is. I know you've been here before. I do remember your name, Christina. But for some reason I don't remember your zodiac sign. I'm so surprised, because that's usually the thing that I remember from people, their zodiac sign. And for some reason I don't. That's so cool. You're very mysterious and beautiful. I am November 18th. Okay, so you're a Scorpio then. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. I think Scorpio women in general are very beautiful. Every time I've done live readings or in-person readings, whenever I've done events here in Southern California, and for those who live in Southern California or whoever do want in-person readings and are willing to travel, I've met people who have traveled from Texas, from Miami, to come and see me in person. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on YouTube, follow me on Facebook, on Twitter, or whichever platform you prefer. I usually announce when I do my live events. I think I'm gonna do some more this year. I am not sure. It just really depends on a lot of things, a lot of personal things. But so for those who are interested in that, who want to do in person, I mentioned this because there are people who prefer that over phone readings, or even doing these $5 readings. You can always get those in-person readings whenever I do them live, whenever I do them in person. All you have to do is just follow me on social media, and you'll find out whenever I do them. You are a Scorpio sun and a Capricorn moon. You know, I do suspect that I am Capricorn moon as well, myself as well. That I could either be Capricorn moon or Aquarius moon. So, and I'm not upset at either one, because I know Marilyn Monroe had Aquarius moon. So I'm not upset about that. And as far as Capricorn moon, I heard people who have Capricorn moon, they do tend to achieve certain things or certain goals that a lot of signs do have a hard time achieving. So it's a very ambitious, it's a really good sign to have, basically, as a moon sign. So from what I read, I haven't dug too much into it, because I told myself, what's the point of reading about it? If if I don't know yet. So I'm not digging too much into it until I find out. And as far as Deanna, please let me know what is your friend's name, please. The Libra friend. Can you let me know their first name? I don't need to know their full name, but I do need to know their first name, not a nickname, please, but their first name, please. Deanna. Okay, next time I'm in Southern California, I will get in contact with you. Awesome. Would love to meet you and get a reading. No, for sure. All you have to do is just follow me on Instagram. Instagram is usually where I keep myself updated the most, but I'm trying to do it on all of them. It's kind of hard, especially you know, um, when you do everything yourself. So um yeah, I am gonna do some more. I already did a few this year, but I announced them like really, really soon after. I didn't really announce them ahead of time. So that's kind of like my bad. Um, then I did have a bit of an incident where I had a bit of a stalker. So, which is kind of why I went a little MIA. That was one of the reasons why I went a little MIA here on my channel. I had someone who was showing up on my events and saying that they were in a relationship with me, and they were trying to get in without any ticket, without nothing, and they were saying that they were in a relationship with me and trying to get in. And it happened a few times with the same person. So whenever I did do the live in person events, I was just for a while I was announcing them soon, right before the event, instead of like way ahead of time. I did that kind of on purpose, but now I need to do that differently now. I'm not so worried about that person so much anymore. Um, I think that person is kind of gone now, but I should start announcing them ahead of time. So just follow me everywhere here, Instagram. It's mainly Instagram where I keep updated like that, but I'm trying to update everywhere regarding all of that. Okay, you submitted your question. Thank you. Thank you for submitting your question. I'm just still waiting for Deanna here, if she can go ahead and answer that question. You said Mike, and then you also said right here, Scorpios have stalkers. LOL. It's scary. I think we just have that energy that people are attracted to. Maybe. I don't know. I really can't speak for anybody. I don't really know a lot of Scorpios myself. And I can see why you say that, because we do tend to, because a lot of people say that we attract all kinds of interesting energies. But I understand why people can say that. But that was my first time ever where I had a stalker, And I remember one of the events in particular, I was talking to a lady she was much older. She was like almost in her 70s, and she was kind of empathizing with me, and she kind of was there with me while I was kind of crying. I kind of panicked a little bit. And I just remember she was talking about how it happened to her twice. She was a Leo though, not a Scorpio. And I was just saying, oh my God, I can only imagine if it happened twice to me, I'd probably not trust the whole male gender anymore. I think I'd be afraid. But it's only happened to me once. And that was also another reason why I stopped sharing my phone number. I don't know if you guys remember that at one point I was sharing my phone number along with my website, because I opened up a phone line, and it got to a point where I was starting to get some really crazy calls. I was getting some freaky phone calls, some weirdos, man. There are some freaks out there, you know. And then I do this all by myself. So I think also too, I'm gonna hire a bodyguard, guys. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hire a bodyguard / PA. That's what I'm gonna do. But maybe we do. Maybe we do attract stalkers like that. I don't know. But Deanna, I'm gonna wait 5 more minutes, okay? 5 more minutes, and then I'll go ahead and proceed to the next person, and still wait for your response. Okay. So Deanna, what is the Libra's name, please? But yes, Christina. I do remember now that you said that you were a Scorpio. Now I remember with the Capricorn moon. Now I remember. Hi, J-Ram. Thank you for coming. How are you today? How are you feeling? I'm not collaborating with anybody today. Just here by myself. I'm going to be by myself also as well next Friday. Next Friday at 8. So. And also I'm telling everybody right here that I'm going to try to do this every Friday. Whether I'm collaborating with someone or not, I'm going to try to do this every Friday. I think Fridays are going to be my days because I've already tried test driving other days of the week, Saturdays, Sundays, during the week. During the week, I really can. I have too much going on during the week that I can't. But Fridays, I've noticed that not only is it good traffic, I have a little bit more flexibility myself, and I'm not like crazy everywhere and then rushing into the live stream, right? So, and look at, I already have like 15 people almost here right now with me. So that's good. That's good. I'm glad that you feel better, especially after our last conversation with your last reading, which was an interesting reading. I was personally moved by your reading also as well, and I know how that feels. If I can share. I had my brother went through that too. My older brother, and I was a kid when that happened. So I think I was like 6, 7 when that happened to my brother too. So I know how that feels. There's something about Fridays, right? Just Fridays are really good when it comes to live streams. So I think that's what I'm going to focus on. Doing it on Fridays, because I just feel like, I don't know, like every time I come and do the lives on Fridays, like I get a lot more people here on the stream. So I guess the people that usually come and watch me tend to be a little bit more available on Fridays. So I think Fridays are going to be the day. So Christina, she said, I've had a few guys that I dated and one woman that was just a client from my job. But I also worked at a nonprofit for domestic violence, and I would have to set boundaries for a few clients. Oh, that became stalkers? Is that what you're saying? That you had a few guys that you've dated previously that became stalkers, and one woman that was a client from a previous job that became a stalker? Yeah, it's about boundaries. Yeah. And it's about who you allow into your circle or not, too, as well. I think, that's why for me, I set those boundaries. I wasn't really, I was still living my life. I didn't allow it to take over me, because it got to the point where, I was starting to become a little afraid, because I was just like, well, I don't know what this person's up to, and that person, if, you guys want to know, but that person kind of was starting to start figuring out where I was living, where I live. And so this person was trying to show up, this person who was stalking me at the events, saying that, they knew me and all this stuff. They started stalking me at my house, started figuring out where I lived. I don't know if this person followed me or what, but yeah. But it stopped. It eventually stopped. And it sucks because like cops don't give a shit, you know? Cops really don't give a shit. Deanna, honey buns. Deanna. Okay, Deanna. Hopefully you come back. I don't know if you left, Deanna, but let me know if you're here, please. I still need to know your friend's name, so we can go ahead and proceed with your reading. I know you want to know if they think about you often or if they have lately have thought about you. So I just need to know their name so we can go ahead and proceed with your reading. But I'm not getting a response. I'm not sure if you're here, if you exited really quick. So let me know if you're here and let me know what the name is so we can go ahead and do your reading. But while we wait, I will go ahead and move forward with other people's readings because we have a few people who already paid too. Okay, please, Diana and Deanna, come back, please. I need to know if you're here. I don't want to do the reading without you being here. Okay. All right, so Christina, you said you sent your question. Did you send your question, Christina? Yes, you did. Okay, so you want to know about a guy named Chris who is a Gemini and you are a Scorpio. You just want to know what's up. Are you interested in him? Is it someone you're dating? Is it a relative? Let me know. Hi, Albatross. Thank you so much for coming. Yes, I'm telling everybody that I think I'm going to make this a ritual. Every Friday ritual where I'm streaming every Friday at 8 o'clock. So I just feel like I have a little bit more flexibility during Fridays, and I feel like people are more available on Fridays to come and see me. So, and yes, I'm seeing about almost 20 people here, so that's amazing. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do this every Friday. Subscribe if you haven't. You guys dated on and off. Not sure if it's going anywhere. Okay. So let's see. Chris Gemini. Someone you dated on and off. And I should get a hot bodyguard? Of course. That's the plan. I'm kidding. There you go. All right. So for you, I'm going to go ahead and use the Witch's Tarot. A lot of cards are flying out. They're really looking forward to talking to you about Chris. Let's see what they have to say about it. Ace of Pentacles, the Magician, Justice reversed. The Hanged Man. Three of Pentacles reversed. Ace of Cups reversed. Ace of Wands reversed. Two of Pentacles. And also Queen of Pentacles. And then in the bottom of the deck, I have right here the Seven of Cups in reverse. I think what I see in his thoughts is that he's very well aware that things are unfair. But I feel like as far as for him, he feels like, or the way he sees things in his mind is that he thinks that things are unfair on his end because he feels bored. He feels unsatisfied, and for him that's unfair. For him that's not justified. Interesting. He wants to come back, so if you guys are not in contact, he does want to come back. Or if you guys just recently got in contact, or you guys are doing the whole on and off thing like you just mentioned right now, then this is telling me right now that he's focused on being in contact with you, and he's very much focused in trying to stay in contact, right? But emotionally, he just feels like there's just no cooperation. Yeah, from what I'm seeing on his end is that he's not seeing the cooperation. He's not really seeing that happening on your end. But I do see that he wants to talk to you. I do see that he wants to be in communication or in your environment. He's very much focused on the whole returning idea. But he's unsatisfied, and I feel like that's where he sees the whole unfairness thing. I think that's where the unfairness comes from. He just feels like he's not satisfied and in this situation, or he's not being satisfied. He just feels like there's no cooperation. So that's why he's kind of treating this casually. That's what I'm seeing. He feels like there's no cooperation. He feels like unsatisfied. I do think he wants to return, or if you guys just recently got in contact or doing the on and off like you mentioned, then this is telling me then he's focused on staying in your environment, but he's thinking about keeping it casual for now. My apologies, guys. I'm just seeing your comments. Okay, so I don't know where it got cut off. I apologize. I don't know what's going on with my computer. It's been kind of doing this whole freezing thing, and it's been kicking me off lately. So I'm so glad that you guys stayed. I really need to go get this laptop fixed, or I'm just gonna get it replaced because it's doing that a lot lately. I don't know if for those who have been watching me lately, you guys have noticed that it's just been kicking me out. So thank you so much for being patient, and for those who are new, thank you so much for sticking around. I don't know why it's been doing that, but yes, I did not have any intention of leaving, but for sure. You did say right here you guys haven't talked in a week with Chris Gemini, and you want to know if it's because you haven't spent the night, or I'll elaborate right now why he feels like things are unfair, so we can see where this is all coming from. So I'll go ahead and check out where that is. So let's go ahead and see, because I'm seeing that he is intending on now trying to treat this casually. And yeah, I'm seeing that he feels a lack of cooperation, and he feels unsatisfied, and he feels like it's unfair. Um, so I'm going to see if it's because, or if it's at least partly because you haven't seen his kids or you haven't met his kids. No, no. So let's go ahead and see if it has to do with the fact that you haven't spent the night with him. Yeah, I got the Knight of Cups. So I kind of see it as more like, he kind of sees it as like, since he kind of views it as like you're treating it casually, he's going to treat it casually. So, and I think that's where his dissatisfaction comes from. And from what I'm seeing right here, you do still have the Ace of Pentacles. Sorry if my cards are being washed out, but because you have the Ace of Pentacles right here, this is really telling me that I still see progress, though. I still see that this could move on to something more. I think you're very well aware that he's got feelings, you have feelings, and that you guys are just doing your very best to hide them from each other, or to do little things or little stunts to show like, hey, I don't have feelings, or like, hey, I don't feel this way. Or maybe you guys do the thing where it's like you guys show your feelings, but then you guys do things at the same time to show that you guys don't. But I feel like for you, you're trying to just keep yourself busy. That's what I'm saying. You're trying to keep yourself busy, preoccupied, focused on you. That's what I'm seeing. Let's see if there's any other reason why um, he feels like things are unfair and he feels unsatisfied. Yeah, like he feels abandoned by you. Do you is it usually you who initiates the on again, off again thing? Or maybe, or even if that's not even the case, maybe he tends to blame you for whenever you guys go on and off. Um, that's what I'm seeing right here. Okay, so from what I'm seeing is that he's very much focused on staying in your environment, but at the same time, still focused on not making this so serious. I'm seeing he feels like things have been unfair in the sense of him feeling dissatisfied, not feeling fulfilled, and it has to do with you not spending the night. Could it be that maybe you're not spending enough time with him? Yes. Yes, he feels like there's a lot of hesitation on your end. I just got the Eight of Swords and the Eight of Swords in this deck. Let me see if I can find it. I just put it back in. the Eight of Swords is a woman. So the way that I see it and hear when I use this tarot deck is that I think he views you as someone who's very hesitant, or just someone who's very resistant, or someone who doesn't really respond or gives him feedback whenever, or at least the feedback that he wants to see. But then again, that's just something that I've noticed from air signs, is that you have to make your movements, your the feedback that they want to see, you have to make it like super obvious. Or at least from my experience, like whenever I've ever dated or even just dealt with an air sign, like just to validate whatever they're saying or whatever, like you have to make it like super obvious, or else they'll be like, you did not give me that kind of credit, or yada yada yada, you know. So maybe that could be it, or maybe we're just not obvious enough. I don't know. We're Scorpios, but so we both know we like each other. It's hard for me to stay the night. I have stopped seeing him, but this time it's him. Okay, so what is your next question? I saw that you sent another payment. What is your question? And then I saw payment for Tina Palmer. Thank you so much, Tina Palmer, for your payment. I'll get to your reading, Tina Palmer. I just saw your question right here on the comments. Hi. Thank you so much for coming. Haven't seen you here in a while, Tina. I know I have payments from G-Ram, Tina, Christina, you just sent a payment, and also Deanna. Deanna, I'm waiting for Deanna's response. I don't know how to talk to him and tell him how I feel. Should I talk to him now and let him know? What do you think about What do you think? Talk to him about my feelings. Not sure if he's nervous about me, because I do have PTSD, and that's one of my reasons I don't like to spend the night. I'm not sure how he takes that. Interesting. So you don't spend the night because you have PTSD. Okay. And he knows about it? Well, the cards do want him. The cards say that he wants you to spend the night. Maybe he that's just something that he feels like takes off the romance. He feels like because of that you kind of treat things a little casually. So maybe he hasn't really processed the whole idea, or he doesn't fully understand the whole thing of PTSD maybe. But from what the cards are telling me is that that's one of the reasons why he feels dissatisfied, is because you guys don't do the whole spending the night thing. And I got the Knight of Cups, so maybe that's just something that helps them kind of just be his romantic self. So let's see what is your advice? What should you do about this situation? Should you talk to him about your feelings? Should you be open about this? Okay, well, he knows that you have trauma. Well, then maybe he's just not fully understanding that maybe the reason why you hesitate or your hesitation is for other reasons, but he does notice the hesitation from what I'm seeing on the cards. He is seeing hesitation on your end, and I'm seeing that he feels like there is no cooperation, though. He feels like you're not putting enough. Um, that's where that's why I feel like maybe he just doesn't understand fully what, maybe why you are putting certain boundaries. Because I can see why, why you would want to put distance now, knowing that, you have PTSD. So the cards I pulled down in the bottom of the deck, I have the 2 of Swords, and then for your reading, we have Ace of Cups, 4 of Wands in reverse, Page of Swords in reverse, and then we have the 10 of Swords. So, Christina, I feel like you've been too nice, though. I feel like with him, you can be I think you've been a little too nice. I feel like maybe either you've been beating around the bush about certain things, or just really not been seeing things at all, or even if you feel like you've expressed enough. The cards are telling me that's not really the case. That's really not the case. The cards are telling me right here, 7 of Wands in reverse, you haven't defended yourself enough. My cards keep telling me you haven't defended yourself enough, or you haven't been your own advocate enough in this situation. Your own best advocate. You haven't been your own advocate in this situation. And from what I'm seeing right here is that you're really challenged with something there's no commitment, but there's love here. You're right, Ace of Cups with the 4 of Wands in reverse. There's love here. There's definitely some love here. Or there's definitely the feelings here, more like, but there's no commitment. I want to know why we have 10 of Swords, though. Ace of Wands in reverse. So the thing is that I feel like what's going to destroy this relationship is that I feel like there's going to be a huge struggle with moving this to the next level. And from what the cards are telling me right here is that, and that's why we're going to have an ending. The cards are basically just, well, I mean, as far as your advice, the cards are telling me you're not being your own best advocate here, but as the outcome, having 10 of Swords with Ace of Wands in reverse, honestly, I feel like even if I gave best case scenario, cards are telling me still, at the end of the day, things are going to end, Christina. And that is best case scenario. I'm sorry. I don't think things are going to really move forward or proceed right. Moving forward with this person, Chris, Gemini. But from what the cards are telling me right here is that you haven't been your best advocate, and maybe coming out also in your advice. Maybe that's still going to be the case. Maybe you're just not going to express yourself enough. And with the Page of Swords also in reverse coming out in the reading, sometimes that comes out when we haven't defended ourselves enough, or sometimes when it comes to being our own advocate, it can be a little overkill. Maybe we can yell, or we can start getting a little aggressive, or just rude, so it can be a little too much where it's overkill, or we just don't defend ourselves enough. or we're not being our own best advocate, and in whatever way. Um, let's see if I can see anything else. The moon. Yes, I'm seeing a lot of confusion on your end regarding this situation, Christina. And from what I'm seeing is that at the end of the day, you're holding on the torch. But what I like a lot about this card, the moon card in the Witch's Tarot, is that at the end of the day, she's holding on to that torch. At the end of the day, you're the one who is the master of your own creation. And I think the cards are just basically telling you right here that all you need to do is take a little bit more control in your life. And I think it's saying that take that as a lesson. Take it as a lesson, especially with the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm seeing feelings of abandonment issues right here also as well. Whether that's him, he probably has some trauma with abandonment issues. Maybe that could be the reason why he also comes back. But I do see feelings. Or that could be a thing for you or for the both of you. Or maybe someone here is going to be left behind. That could be what that card is also as well, which we did see that there's going to be an ending. But regardless, with that moon card, I think this is kind of saying like, take the torch, take the bull by the horns next time. And don't just let an opportunity slip through your fingers simply because you weren't your best advocate. You didn't put your best foot forward, and you weren't vulnerable enough, or you didn't open up enough, because not everyone is perfect. Right. So everyone has their things, and we all still deserve love. So maybe if you would have expressed yourself, or maybe if things were approached differently from the very beginning, because from what I'm seeing is that he wants to be in your life, but because he has been so dissatisfied, from what I'm seeing is that he's kind of just accepted things for what they are, and he's just not putting any energy forward. And from what I'm seeing on your end, either you're going to get passive aggressive, or you're just going to continue this pattern of not expressing yourself, not fully talking about it, and not being your best advocate in this situation. And it just, this opportunity just gone with the wind, So, and I think with the moon card, I feel like it's kind of saying, take it as a lesson that next time, be your best advocate, put your best foot forward, be vulnerable, talk about it. There's no reason why we should feel ashamed. No one's perfect, and I think that person would appreciate it a little bit more, if that you honored them with the opportunity of getting to know you more, because that shows that you want to make it work. It's only that there are these things and these accommodations that need to be had. I was feeling like ending. He is hard to deal with. From what I'm seeing is that I see that it's going to be really hard to maneuver away from this. I just feel like that ending, it's already going to head towards that ending anyway. From what the cards are saying is that I don't see any way that could be undone. It's going to head towards that direction. And I feel like the cards are saying that this could have been, it's one of those things where, things could have been different if things were played differently, but I feel like this was a lesson, and I feel like this person came to your life to teach you this lesson, but from what I'm seeing is that, yeah, definitely spending the night, just having that kind of quality time, and just allowing someone, and maybe you felt like it was something so simple, so small, and that just totally ruined your opportunity with trying to make this grow into something more, right? Maybe, and sometimes us as Scorpios, we think that way. I've been in those situations myself as well, where I I've been in relationships, and I think it's something so minor, so small, and totally ruined the entire thing because I wasn't vulnerable or I didn't talk about certain things, So thank you. I should not have been so shy from him. No worries, no worries. If you have another question, let us know. I'm going to go ahead and answer somebody else's questions right here. If you want to ask another question, you know what to do, and I will put you back on the list. Okay? So, and I see that there are more and more people coming in. Welcome. Hi, guys. This room already has almost 40 people. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for coming. If you guys haven't subscribed already, please do so. Hit that notification button because I'm going to try to come here or be here for you guys every Friday at 8 o'clock Pacific. Okay. So I'm going to try to make this a ritual because I feel like more people tend to be a little bit more available on Fridays versus other days of the week, whether that's weekends or weekdays. And I feel like that's even the case for myself as well. I feel like I have a little bit more flexibility myself on the weekends. So yes, $5 readings. Down below, you can see the instructions to that on the description. Okay, so let's see. I have my phone right here. Who is next? All right, GRAM. GRAM, are we here? Besides Deanna. Deanna, are you here? Are you back? We need to know Mr. Libra's name or Miss Libra's name, your Libra friend. You wanted to know about your Libra friend. You did send a payment for your friend, the Libra. So, yeah. You want to have a general work reading? Is that what you mean? I'm going to go ahead and move to the next step. How about that? Wow, we have 40 people. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I really appreciate it. Okay, let's go ahead and have a general work reading. And by the way, GRAM, we are using the Tarot 3D for you for by Los Scarabeo and David Corsi for your reading. Okay, so let's go ahead and see a general work reading for you. All right, so we have the Hierophant in reverse. We have the Lovers. Sorry, some of the cards are going to be washed out. We have the Tower in reverse. I'm sorry, the Lovers is upright. So we have the Hierophant in reverse, Lovers, the Tower reversed, the Sun, the Magician, the Devil reversed, the Hermit reversed, the Wheel of Fortune, the High Priestess, and also the Fool. And in the bottom of the deck, we have the Empress in reverse. So sorry that these cards are being washed out. You said right here, my new schedule pick begins June 30th. Hopefully I picked good. Okay. Okay, so I'm guessing you picked a different schedule that I think will start on June 30th, and you want to know if it's going to go really well. Okay, interesting. By the way, I did put a sale on my website, 10% off on my regular readings. Now, I know I do $5 readings here, every Friday. But for those who are looking for something more private, personal, only about you, want a little bit more time with just you and me, whether that is through Zoom or through a phone call, and these will be recorded. So you will have a copy of your reading right after. Um, so you don't have to worry about memorizing or journaling anything. You can always find it on my website. Go to Instagram. You can find my code on there. It's going to be summer 24, all in caps, actually. Use code summer 24. Okay. And then you get 10% off on my tarot readings. Just wanted to let you guys know. Totally forgot to mention that. I'll probably bring it up in a little bit so I can show you guys. So anyway, I will digress. All right, so Gerardo. The thing is that I don't. Did you do this to be more available to meet someone in love? Are you trying to do that, or it's either that, it's the intention so you can be more available to meet someone as far as, romance is involved, or so you can be available for a particular person, or the cards are saying it might happen. That you're basically setting yourself up to be more available or to increase your chances of meeting someone. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, you said you have weekends off now. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing is that you have weekends off, and I'm seeing that I don't know if it's to increase your chances of meeting someone. Um And you did say that you have your weekends off. You're more available now on your weekends. So maybe it's for the intention of doing that. And even if it's not, it's telling me you're increasing your chances of doing so. Um, okay, so you're doing it for the summer until the next pick. Okay, okay, okay. So I'm guessing quarterly or whatever. You guys can change your schedule from time to time. That's cool. That's awesome. But from what I'm seeing is that's the case. I do see that we are feeling like we want a little bit of attention, or at least that was the case at first. But at the same time, you're feeling abundant. You're feeling abundant. Um, you're feeling abundant. You're feeling like I'm seeing that you want to put yourself in a place where you want to be more available to meet people or to be seen or to be noticed. Um, Also, at the same time, though, I do see dissatisfaction. I think eventually you will find dissatisfaction or you're gonna find boredom, maybe by the candidates or just not finding enough candidates. But from what I'm seeing right here is that you're gonna be putting yourself out there, so I do see that that's gonna be a thing. You're definitely gonna put yourself out there as far as, socially, and I do see that people around you are definitely gonna notice that. The people around you are definitely gonna notice that. So, from what I'm seeing right here is that you're not necessarily looking for something serious, but you want to be noticed. I see that this is more on the romantic end or just basically being noticed by the opposite sex. And you're saying that this is a summer thing and you might change your schedule back, but you have your weekends off. And again, I don't know if this was accidental, but point is that um this is going to increase your chances of meeting someone new. And whether it's accidental or on purpose, if it's on purpose, it's for this intention to, you know, basically make yourself more available to the opposite sex to meet other people in your free time. Or this could also be also just changing your schedule up so that you can meet people while you're at work, you know. So or you're just more open to that. but I'm seeing there's that need for attention. I'm seeing the sun is crowning your reading. Um, and you're feeling very abundant, but I'm seeing I'm seeing you might be dissatisfied by the results. And because I see that you will be putting yourself out there. You have the Hermit reversed representing the self. So I'm seeing dissatisfaction on your end by the results. So, but nevertheless, people are seeing that you're trying, that you're working for it, and I do see that you will try to pursue people if you find it that you do have that intention of pursuing people. That's what I meant to say. You do have the intention of pursuing people if that is the case. And also at the same time, I don't think it's going to with the Fool card, I don't think it's going to discourage you. I think you will continue to try to meet people, which I like. I totally like that attitude. I just feel like as far as in the near future, um it's going to be a bit of a trial and error, and you're not going to be satisfied with the results right away, or as far as the near future, but that's not going to get in your way. I feel like you're still going to try, and maybe that's what this whole thing is about you changing your schedule, trying to meet people, trying to mingle. So yeah, I see that this is really going to be a thing where you're going to try to mingle, try to meet people. That was the intention for it, or at least from what the cards are telling me, is that it's going to increase your chances to mingle and to put yourself out there more. And although you might not be fully satisfied with the results in the near future, that's not going to get in the way of you trying to meet people still, or that's not going to discourage you, which is amazing. Um, will you meet someone that you find interest in this year? Let's see. No, and at the end of the day, I'm seeing that this is more for fun. I'm seeing that this is right now more for fun. I think right now you're just trying to meet people. I think that's what you're more looking for. You're just trying to meet people. Tina, I have not forgotten about you. And yeah, with Temperance card in reverse, we could still be doing some healing. So that could be a reason why we could still be probably doing some healing. Okay. So, but I like that. I like that you're going to stay positive, and that's not going to get in the way of you enjoying yourself, and, get in the way of meeting people. It's not gonna be a thing where you're gonna meet someone that's gonna be like, OMG, she is like so amazing, where you would be interested enough to start a relationship with. No, but at the end of the day, the cards are saying you're more just looking to mingle and stuff like that. So I don't see, I still see you having a positive attitude towards this summer. So that's great. That's awesome. G-Ram, I know you paid for 2 questions, so you want to go ahead and ask your other question, your next question, and then we'll go ahead and proceed to other people that we have here on the list. I know Tina is one of them. Tina is one of the people that ordered a reading. We have Tina Palmer. Sure, Tina can go next. So you can think of your question for sure. Tina, did you submit your question? Let me see. Yeah, I don't think you submitted your question, Tina. So go ahead and submit your question now. You just mentioned also in the past that you said you have been busy making a lot of changes in your life recently. So I feel you. And I think there was like this huge thing that happened astrologically yesterday where I think like 5 planets aligned or 6 planets aligned. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff. I've been super busy during the week lately that I haven't really been keeping up with the astrology, but so far astrology has been kind of interesting. So totally. So I wouldn't be surprised if you've been going through a lot. But Tina, yes, let's go next with you. I would like to answer your questions. And I know, Tina, you are an Aries. I remember doing readings for you before. All right, so you wanted to know any long-term love relationships coming in. So I'm going to go ahead and see if actually, let me use a different deck for you. I want to use the Tarot 3D for you, Tina. So let's see if there's any long-term love relationships coming in 2024 for you, okay? So I'm going to see if in 2024 we see a relationship for you, okay? All right, so in the bottom of the deck, we do have the Star. And then for your reading, we have the Fool, the Emperor, the Tower, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Magician reversed, and also the Devil. So I don't see any long-term relationships. With the Star, though, it is telling me here, don't feel discouraged, though. I do think you will meet someone this year. I just don't think it's going to be something serious. I think this is going to be something more on the casual end. So I do think you're going to meet someone this year. Could also be someone who is an Aries like yourself. So I definitely do see that. But I do feel like this is going to be something that might be more on the casual end, or might be something that might not be serious. Whether that's something that you're okay with or not, sometimes we tend to get involved in situationships where we end up liking someone, but this person never ends up putting a label on it. So we might get caught up in a situation like that, or we might meet someone who will make it seriously, or if we're or we might get involved with someone who might and this might turn into a casual thing, right? But from what I'm seeing, nothing serious specifically in 2024. But from what I'm seeing is that don't feel discouraged. You do have the Star card. I want to see why we have the Star card. Okay, Judgment. There are lessons here. We have Death. Okay, if something doesn't serve you, what do? We end things, right? Then again, you're an Aries, so that shouldn't be so much of a problem. That shouldn't be so hard for you to do, right? So, but yes, and you just said awesome. So I guess maybe this is a good thing for you. Maybe not having something serious, so maybe it's a good thing for you. Then okay, then amazing. But regardless, from what I'm seeing right here is that I still see you meeting someone, and I do see a very, very passionate connection. a very passionate connection, but I'm seeing that there are lessons here. There are lessons about transformation, and there are lessons about growing, personal growth. We have the Empress here. So you're going to be dealing with an Emperor. You're going to be dealing with someone who maybe is very methodical, maybe someone who has done a lot of work on himself. And maybe the lesson here is like, hey, maybe I need to put a little bit more focus on myself. And maybe that's something you're going to learn from this person. So I'm feeling that there are lessons from this person, and maybe the lesson might be along the lines of like, I need to focus a little bit more on me. I need to do a little bit more self-improvement, whether that's more on the materialistic end or whatever. But I'm seeing that this person might be very well off or well put together. And this could be a thing where it's like, um, let's just say hypothetically speaking, where you meet someone, and let's just say this person is successful financially, makes great money, and you're really interested in this person, not only because practically this would be a good choice for you, right? But also, um you're really interested in the guy, right? And let's just say that the lesson here, hypothetically speaking, is maybe the lesson is, hey, look at the guy. He's a great example of, hey, he did a lot. He focused a lot on himself, that now he is a happy, stress-free, successful person. And if you want to be successful and stress-free and, independent just like them, then maybe you should take on a little bit of what he did, and focus on and put that energy onto you, right? Or to continue to put that energy onto you, right? And that's just an example. The point is that I'm seeing that there will be lessons in this, and it's going to be a positive lesson with the star. And from what I'm seeing here is that I feel like this person might be a bit of an example, because I have the Emperor for him. So I don't think that this person is a bad person. I think, as a matter of fact, you're going to be dealing with someone who could be a bit militant as a matter of fact. So he might seem a bit cruel or just cold in that sense, but having the Emperor, you might be dealing with someone who is militant, someone who is just very organized in that way. And I'm seeing there's a lesson in that, in whether you have been doing personal growth or not. Point is that the cards are telling you, hey, this person has mastered a certain level of something, and that's something you've always wanted yourself. Why don't you work on that? Doesn't mean you can't have love too at the same time while you're working on those things, but this is kind of like a wake-up call too, right? So that's what I'm seeing with it. So I don't think it's a bad connection. I just think you're going to meet someone who's pretty together, and someone who might be a bit militant. So don't be intimidated by that. Don't be intimidated by that, Tina. Um, but from what I'm seeing is that there might be something there that you might learn from this guy, that I feel like he could be a perfect epitome of something. And I feel like, thank you, those lessons are playing out in my life right now. Yes. So this person could just be a bit like the universe's, whenever this person comes into your life, if they're not in your life already, this could be a thing where this person comes in like a wake-up call, like, oh, I guess I still have to continue to work on myself, because this person has come to a level where they're super happy and stress-free, and in a good place in their life. And I want to be there. I want to be in a good place in my life where I'm stress-free and I'm happy and proud of myself, and no one can tell me no different, and I feel like that's something that I feel that very much from this person that you might meet, because I see that this might be something that might not move forward as far as a relationship, but I feel like this person isn't bad. And I see there's a lesson, and a lesson that's something that you can see in this person's character that you can take on for yourself. And maybe it's the idea that this person is militant and has a routine and by no means ruins their routine, because there are some people who, they follow their routine religiously and they will not break it for the life of them. They will not break it. They It's their religion basically, you know and some people swear by it, that's their life, and and I'm just giving you ideas. Point is that I pick up that this person is methodical, this person is routine like, this person could come off a bit militant in a way where it might come off cruel or cold and a little intimidating. The point is that I get just a very successful person. Um, and you're going to be interested, and again, not only because again it would be a practical choice for you, but also because I think just you would be interested in the guy as a person too. And and I just think that this is going to be one of those things where I feel like this person's going to be brought to your life to be like, hey, I want to be like that in a way. And it's going to be kind of the universe's way of being like, hey, you can be like this. Um, so yeah. Tina, what are your thoughts? Let me know. What do you think? Is this person in your life already? Yes, it's that Libra guy that I'm trying to leave behind. He's a good guy, but it's not going anywhere, and I'm having a very hard time breaking free from him. Hmm. And is he the person that you feel like you've learned a lot from, as far as like, you know, I need to focus on myself kind of deal and stuff like that? Or this person, do you think it's like kind of like a karmic reminder of like I need to put more focus on myself? Do you think you're seeing those lessons with this Libra guy currently? Let me see if I'm picking up on someone new, because the question was someone new. Yeah, no, I feel like you're meeting somebody new. I feel like you're meeting somebody new, and I got the Emperor once again. So I feel like this person might be, and I'm getting the same cards. I got the Judgment card with the Hierophant in reverse. These are the same cards that were in your spread earlier. But from what I'm seeing is that you might meet an Aries. You might meet an Aries like yourself, which I think is going to be amazing, because I think you're going to like the connection you get with this person. Yes, I learned a lot from him, and he's taught me a lot about self-love. Hi, Kimberly. No, yes, but I just double checked with the cards to see if it's somebody else that I'm picking up, and I'm seeing that I think it's somebody else. As far as for the Libra guy, though, final outcome with the Libra guy, Temperance in reverse. If you feel like it's going to be a peaceful ending, I don't think so. I think there's going to be a lot of unanswered questions, and I don't think that there's going to be a lack of closure also as well with this one. So it's going to be one of those things that you're just going to have to um, move forward. So the card that I'm getting for the Libra guy, from what I'm seeing right here, I'm seeing a lack of closure. I don't see a peaceful ending or a successful ending here. So that there could be a lot of unanswered questions, or a lot of this feeling of shoulda, coulda, woulda. Even though like you did a lot of on your end, or a lot that you could on your end. But from what I'm seeing, a lot of unanswered questions and no closure. with the Libra guy. But as far as the cards, I really do pick up an Aries, and I think I said that while I did the spread too, before I double checked that I think it was going to be another Aries like yourself, um, or just someone with heavy Mars. And I see lessons with that, and I still don't think it's, and the cards reiterated it's going to be something casual too, just like the Libra situation. I want someone new, so that's good news. Yes, I do think it's going to be something new. Okay. So, and like I said, I think it's going to be someone successful or someone who's got that militant lifestyle. And I see you learning from him a lot. And I don't mean in terms of self-love. I see you learning a lot as far as like routine and working on yourself in terms of what you want in life to feel successful and like that. Not in another way. You're welcome, Tina. If you want to ask another question, you are more than welcome to do so. I'm going to go ahead and move forward to the next person. Thank you so much, Tina. So let me see if there was another payment here. And also, Deanna, can you let me know the Libra's name, so we can ask your question? I know you submitted a payment for your question. And also, Ram, I know you had one more question too as well. So if you want to ask your question, let me know. If you're ready. Alrighty. My question is about Risa. Is she seeing someone else? We barely talk anymore. She's cool though. All right. So, G-Ram, can you remind me what Risa's zodiac sign was? I just can't remember what her sign was. I was trying to remember that just now, but I couldn't remember. So, can you remind me really quick? I'm so sorry. She's a Libra as well. Perfect. Awesome. No, she's actually holding off on purpose. And I feel like it's going to be more on purpose later on. I feel like it's going to be more intentional later on. But right now, I see she's sort of kind of holding off right now from seeing anyone. And I feel like it's going to be more that the case in the future. Near future, as a matter of fact. But right now, I don't see that she is. I think she was at one point, and I think we did see that in the cards before. But it's kind of fizzled out from what I'm seeing, and from what the cards are telling me here as well, is that I see that she's holding off, and I feel like that's going to be most especially the case in the future. So no, I don't think she's seeing somebody right now. Okay. So that's what I have for you as far as for Risa. I don't think she's seeing anybody right now. I think she was seeing someone at one point. I think it was more on the casual end. I don't think it was a commitment or anything serious. And it kind of just fizzled out. It didn't move anywhere from there. So yeah. That is what I have for you, G-Ram. So if you want to ask another question, you are more than welcome to do so. Otherwise, you can always stick around and chat. I know it's a little late over there on the East Coast already, but you are more than welcome to chat. You're welcome. Thank you so much for asking questions. How is my brother doing? I'm going to make a payment. No worries. And then we just got another one too as well. I sent a payment. One more question. Any future love coming in soon and guidance to let myself be open more. Just like to be prepared, but also not looking after Chris. Okay, perfect. So I know I got G-Ram's question first. Or yes. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and see what the cards have to say. How is my brother doing? Can you let me know what your brother's name is? Name and zodiac sign, please, G-Ram. What is your brother's name and zodiac sign? Christina, I will be with you in just a second. I got both of your guys' payments. Thank you so much. Yes, G-Ram, I got it. What is your brother's name and zodiac sign? Omar Cancer. Okay. How is his brother doing? Omar Cancer. Wow. Bunch of cards came out. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do a Celtic cross for your brother. We have Page of Swords, 3 of Pentacles reversed, 5 of Swords, 8 of Swords, Ace of Swords reversed, 5 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands, the Moon reversed, 10 of Swords reversed, and we have the 2 of Swords. And then we have right here the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so I feel like your brother is very much focused on how he feels like. Is he going through like a midlife crisis? That's kind of from what I'm seeing. I'm just seeing him that he's focused, or he's been kind of looking at his life. He's doing a lot of reflecting and he's like, what have I done for myself? That's kind of like what I'm seeing. He's like, what have I accomplished? I am like so and so years old. That's kind of like what I'm seeing. I'm putting myself in his shoes. I'm like, I am so and so years old. I don't know the number. So I am X years old. What have I accomplished in my life? And he's looking at it and he's like, well, whatever it is, it's not enough for me. It's not enough for me. And I expected that by this point I would have had a lot more, or I would have been happier, or I would have been in a much better place. And whatever better means in his point of view, that's going to be different for everyone, right? Better and good and amazing is subjective for, when it comes to everyone, from person to person. And from what I'm seeing is that at the same time, he kind of feels like he felt like he had to do a lot of his own personal struggles. I see that he kind of also tells himself like he goes back and forth with like, I'm not satisfied, but at the same time, he like empathizes with himself. And I see him kind of thinking to himself, well, a lot of people didn't help me. I had to do a lot of things on my own. And I kind of just see him like he tries to empathize with himself, but at the same time, he's just like, well, nobody helped me. That sounds bad. His son is the one in jail. Yeah, I figured he was the one that was the one you were talking about. Your brother, the one that has the son in jail. I figured that was the one you were talking about. But from what I'm seeing right here is that, and I feel like he's gonna be a little bit more vocal about it, so I don't know if it's gonna be a thing where you're gonna start seeing just from his choices of words or just the way he words things, that you're gonna kind of notice that he's not really happy. He might not like full blown like say it. Maybe he might, maybe not. The point is that it's gonna be noticeable that he's not happy. You might be going through like a midlife crisis, but at the same time, I'm seeing this big thing that at the same time he tries to empathize with himself, and it's almost like the cards are like saying that he's kind of like telling himself at the same time, well, nobody helped me. At the same time, he's like, well, no one was there for me. I tried, and this was as best as it could get. And I just see that he feels like the world was at odds with him. I think he kind of just views like it was like it's me against the world. And I think he at some point, and even still until now, he probably still believes that maybe there were certain times in his life or certain periods in his life where it did feel that way, where life was at odds with him. And I do feel like right now he does feel a bit stuck, but he's trying to get out of that. I do see that he's trying to get out of that, but at the same time, I do see that he is someone that for a little while, I see he's going to be stuck in the past a little bit. I see that things have changed. Could be the idea that his son is in jail. Maybe he's trying to move on with his life, and it's a new chapter, it's a new thing. But he hasn't really moved with the punches, and at the same time, I'm seeing that he feels alone, he feels abandoned, and at the same time, I'm seeing him having this mentality with the Seven of Wands of like, it's me against the world. That's kind of what I'm seeing. So yeah, from what I'm saying right here for you, or for your brother more like, and I don't really think that's something that he's gonna really let go. I don't think it's something that he's really gonna let go. I think there's gonna be certain things that he's gonna find out, and I feel like it has to do with his son. Yeah, I think there's gonna be certain revelations as far as like when it comes to his son. There are gonna be certain things that are gonna be found out. He's the oldest and you're the youngest. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of stalling on his end. Like I'm seeing instead of rolling with the punches and just kind of moving forward with life, and I see that he's in a new chapter. I'm really seeing that, but he's got the two of swords and the eight of swords, and as you can see, big stalling energy. I don't think we're dealing with someone who's really going to be rolling with the punches. I see that he's in a new chapter. I see that he's in a new setting. But the cards right here are telling me I don't really see him really rolling with the punches. I don't really see him moving forward. As a matter of fact, I see a midlife crisis, and I just see him just kind of stalling. It's not really moving with the punches here. We clash, but I'm trying to be nicer. Okay. Okay. Well, you are a Libra, so I believe you. I believe that you're trying to be nice. And then, well, Cancer. Cancer cares a lot about family. So maybe he might try to accommodate or mold himself in a way where he can try to get along with you for the family, right? But I just see that he's not really moving forward with his life in some way. I feel like it has to do with his son being in jail, because I do remember in the previous reading we had, where I saw that he was kind of living that sentence, much just like how you were. Um, so I did see the stalling, and I do see that there's a new chapter, a new setting, which I feel like it has to do with the fact that, son is in jail, he's out here, and where he is in his life. Um, so yeah. Yeah, that's what I have for you. But G Ram, if you have another question, let me know. The point is, what I have for your brother is that I see kind of like a midlife crisis. From what I'm seeing, is that you're dealing with your brother, Cancer, who I feel like is not very satisfied with his life. But at the same time, he tries to empathize with himself, telling himself, well, nobody helped me. It was me against the whole world at certain periods in my life. And, I was on my own a lot, and I kind of see him just kind of trying to justify or kind of just trying to empathize with himself. So he's not too hard on himself, but at the same time, I'm seeing him going back and forth with that, and I'm not happy with where I am. And I'm seeing stalling, and I'm seeing he's in a new chapter, but I'm seeing stalling, and I really got that feeling that it has to do with his son. Okay, so let's go ahead and move forward. By the way, thank you, G-Ram. Like I said, if you wanted to ask another question, you are more than welcome to do so. If not, you are more than welcome to stick around and chat with us. The room is just getting bigger and bigger. We have 70 people now. Amazing. Haven't had that many people in a few years. So that's great. Can't wait until we get a bigger room in here. Anyway, so let's proceed with Christina. She has been patiently waiting for her reading. I sent a payment for one more question. LOL. Any future love coming in soon, and guidance to let myself be open more. Just like to be prepared, but also not looking after Chris. Okay. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and use the Tarot 3D by Lo Scarabeo and David Corsi. Okay, so I'm going to ask if you're going to meet anyone new in 2024. So before the year ends, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so we have in the bottom of the deck the Chariot. And then for your spread, we have Death, the High Priestess, the Devil, Temperance, the Hermit reversed, and also the Emperor reversed. Okay, so I do think you're going to meet someone new this year. So that's amazing. I do think you are. As a matter of fact, I do see progress, or I see cooperation. I do see cooperation with this person. So if that's something that you're worried about, this is someone that's going to be kind of in and out. No, I do feel like there's at least consistency with this person. And then G Ram, he's saying, all right, see you next week. I will see you next week on Friday at 8, okay? Pacific. So I am seeing cooperation. Your challenge here is playing hard to get. So you do have the High Priestess here. So your challenge here is to play hard to get. So try to play hard to get. Let yourself be pursued a little bit. I think with this one, the universe is giving you permission to allow yourself to be catered to. Okay. So, and the cards are telling me with Death, things are going to change in your love life. I feel like not just in particularly with this person, but I think as far as your dating lifestyle and how men have approached you in the past, I think things are going to be different. So maybe things are going to be a little bit more old fashioned in the sense, or you're going to notice that men are going to be pursuing you a little bit more, or you're going to allow that more in your love life, or you're going to put yourself in positions where or in relationships or in dating relationships where you're going to be catered to more. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that there's going to be a passionate connection with someone, but someone who is still working on themselves. I do feel like this is someone who's still doing a lot of personal growth, and also someone who's doing still a lot of maturing. Okay, this person still has a lot of maturing to do. But from what the cards are telling me too, is that, yeah, I do think that there's going to be consistency with this person. But the cards are telling me right here, this is going to be good practice for you, um, to practice how you want to be approached, how you want to be catered to. And so take this as practice, as the universe kind of bringing him to you to practice as far as how you want to be treated, you want to be pursued. And the cards are telling me right here, let yourself be pursued. So that's kind of cool. Allow yourself to be pursued, and I think there are going to be lessons in here as far as all of that. Okay. My love life is not that great. I would like that to change. Someone new, or do I know them? I think it was somebody new, but I can double check. Ooh, this is going to be someone from your past or someone you already know. But I'm going to go ahead and see if you will meet somebody new. Okay, let's see if you'll meet somebody new anytime between now and before the year ends. No, I really do think that this is going to be someone you already know. It's someone you've already dealt with, Christina. So nobody new in 2024. Let me see in 2025. Anything new in 2025? No, I don't see it. Why not? We got to end certain things. Don't let these ongoing relationships linger around. Sometimes those energies prevent new people from coming in, energetic wise, right? So once we start cutting the cord, we start actually cutting people and actually blocking them from our lives. Block those phone numbers, guys, too, because those that works also as energy, to allow people in, new people in, and good energy in too. So let's work on that. Let's exercise on that. Okay. So I think this is kind of one of those things where we need to practice ending things and not allowing any little thing, any little crack where we let people just sneak through. Okay. You want to know if it's Jonathan a Cancer? Okay. I'll ask. Yes. I got the Lovers. Yes. You're welcome. All right, guys, I am all caught up. All righty. If there's anybody who wants to chat, I am more than happy to chat with anybody here. Otherwise, I will be here for another 15 minutes to see if there's going to be another reading. Otherwise, I will call it a night. I will be here for another $5 tarot reading live stream next Friday at 8 p.m. But now until the June 30th, I will be having a 10% off sale on my website. And of course, the 10% off, those are for the private readings. And you said right here, okay, no worries, thanks. I do need a block. He is too young. Exactly. Yeah, sometimes we just don't do the whole shebang and we don't block these people. And that energetically just gets in the way of, us meeting other people energetic wise. Why are we going to allow that when we could just simply increase the chances, our chances of meeting somebody new, by simply blocking all those people? Right. You're welcome, Christina. Hope to see you next Friday. All right, guys, just want to let you guys know that I have a flash sale on my website, mermaidoracle.com. 10% off on all of my private readings. That is including half an hour, the hour, and the 2-hour session. And mind you, those are private. Those are not public like these, like my live stream. So it's just going to be you and me. We're going to go into a Zoom call, and you get to have the recording of that. So you get to have a recording of your reading with myself. It is going to be between now and June 30th. Use discount code SUMMER24, all in caps, all together. No symbols, no punctuation, just Summer24. You would have to use that on my website, mermaidoracle.com, and it only applies if you purchase a reading on my website. Okay, so I am gonna go ahead and call it a night. I actually have a client at 10:30, so I will go talk to you guys later, and I will see you guys next Friday. Bye.